Welcome to the Rational Review. We got a video from Compound Censored. So let's get into it.
Eric Orwal, are you there?
I am.
Did I pronounce your name correctly there?
It was perfect.
Oh.
Good to be with you.
Thanks for being here. What is that, like a German name? Nordic?
It's, Norwegian, actually.
Before we get to the trouble you're in right now and why and what you've done, I wanted to read something from Wikipedia on Freedom, Georgia. Are you familiar with Freedom?
Yeah, I don't know if they're still actually in operation.
I don't believe they are. Maybe you could dig up some B-roll, Sean. Dig up a lot of B-roll as we talk here because talking heads get boring. But a few years ago, maybe 5 years ago, they started talking about this, buying up lots of acreage. And it was going to be an all-black community. And the auspices are they have to do this because we're killing them all and black people are beautiful and wonderful. Liberals fucking gobbled this up. They loved it. I kind of get the feeling subconsciously that they love blacks, but they don't want them around. So they're like, good, start your own communities. Get out of my face. I don't even know if they know that they feel that way. But the marketing for it was just like, this is so beautiful, and finally they can be safe from us evil white people. So it's a weird concept because it's like black people, racist whites, white nationalists, and liberals all came together on the same subject, like Garveyism. But anyway, let's check in on...
It's that meme, shaking hands, too.
Yeah, it's the shaking hands meme. So... as of July 2023, the settlement, this is an update on Freedom, and it's only 2023, so this is 3 years old. I'm sure it's much worse than now. I'm sure it's much worse now. The settlement consists of a dilapidated campground, and its founders are working on establishing roads and utility services before beginning building residences. Despite a major setback with controversy surrounding embezzlement of the original funds, a new investor was able to wipe the proof. And by purchasing, I don't understand what that means, and by purchasing an additional 400 acres. No one involved has been brought up on any charges. Currently, the settlement consists of more than 500 acres. How big is yours?
160.
So once again, theirs is bigger than white man's. As of May 2024, here we go. Construction for permanent dwellings or vital infrastructure has not begun. As of June 2025, no updates have been given to the future of the project, with their X account being deactivated. So
that's what I'd heard. Yeah.
How does that?
So they tried. I guess they got a lot in donations, like $1 million plus in donations, I believe.
Wow. Well, that's the beauty of appealing to every single group, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you appeal to white nationalists, you appeal to black separatists, and you appeal to rich liberals. How much did you guys get?
I'm all for it. I hoped they would succeed. There's actually not too far from us in Cave City, Arkansas, another black intentional community. A lot of black people in rural areas, they will mind their own business and leave you alone if you just leave them alone. And they've been there for years. No one's complained about them. I have no issue with it. What's the problem?
Well, Jared Taylor is considered one of the most controversial people in America. And he calls his politics racial realism. And if anyone ever looks into what he's actually saying, it is, I think segregation should be legal if voluntary. So the worst it gets is a store could have whites only. But he also says a store could have blacks only. And you should have the right to have a place where...
Should segregation be legal if it's voluntary? Meaning you can segregate if you choose to. I thought, I guess it's not, with redlining and stuff. I guess we technically aren't. So I don't know if we actually have any laws that say you can't segregate by choice. But I guess that's what the whole, I don't remember what it's called, the desegregation stuff. To integrate us. But I don't know. What do you think? Is it a good idea? Not a good idea?
Where you can enforce that.
Well, sure. And there's a difference between a store, which is arguably in the public domain, and a private community. I mean, your own private neighborhood for your own private association. I would argue we absolutely do have the constitutional right to freely associate.
Well, I mean, I have so much to talk to you about. I don't even know where to begin. Yes, you absolutely do, but you have to know that this is going to be very expensive. Why are they showing Patriot
legal?
Front? We're showing news B-roll, so we're not really in control of what images appear. I assume you're not associated with Patriot Front?
Not formally associated. They sent some men to our last event to help out with a work party. They were putting up some fencing and doing other, tasks around the property. So I like Thomas Rousseau. I've spoken with him multiple times. I think he's a great guy. And I have no real problem with Patriot Front as an organization. I don't think they're doing anything illegal. I don't 100% align with all of Rousseau's ideology, but I mean, we're close enough that I don't see why I can't be friendly with him.
This is what costs. So what are you being sued for right now?
Right. So our companies, we have our managing company for the PMA as a whole, Return to the Land as a private membership association. And we have a few companies to help us hold funds and organize. And then we have the company that actually owns the land here in our first community in Arkansas. And they implicated these companies in a lawsuit that was really just against one of our members. And there's no real reason why they brought in the rest of these companies other than that guy is on the board of managers of those other companies. The lawsuit is really against Peter Siri, our secretary. And it has to do, he was in a fruitarian eco-village in Ecuador for the last 10 years before he came up here. He had a change of heart and diet, obviously, and changed his ideology. And, we really appreciate the experience that he brought, but he facilitated a lot of land transfers down there in Ecuador. And one of these guys who he was helping out apparently never actually got the land. And that's the complaint itself. Peter was trying to facilitate it, but couldn't get through to the sellers. And so the whole deal just didn't happen. And now this guy, the plaintiff in the lawsuit, is blaming Peter for taking the funds. And according to Peter, those funds were actually passed along to the sellers. And so he should be trying to recoup his loss from them. But it's sort of just Peter facilitated all of these transactions down there. He helped to manage the community. And this one guy has a grievance against him. And we actually think that he's being advised by a longstanding enemy of our association, who's now going by the screen name James Russell. He's a Jewish amateur journalist. And we think that he is the one who contacted the plaintiff and advised him to put our companies into the lawsuit, which is being filed pro se. So they don't have a lawyer officially representing them. We don't actually expect it to go anywhere, but it is costing us a lot of money because our companies can't represent themselves pro se. When you have an LLC, you basically have to hire a lawyer to defend yourself. So,
well, it's 50 grand, no matter how innocent you are. It's 50 grand to tell someone to get lost for saying that you stole Mickey Mouse, the idea of Mickey Mouse from them. Like it, no matter how frivolous it is, that's the problem with our justice system. You got slap suits, but then that's a huge gamble to go out on a limb. And any jury is just going to hate you because you're a white nationalist.
Yeah, depending on where it is. I mean, a lot of the locals here have no issue with us. People have gone, like journalists have gone into the local area and done street interviews with people. And most people either think we should be allowed to mind our own business, or they think actually it's a good thing. And I've been stopped at Walmart and stuff, and people want to shake my hand, and, they're a fan of what we're doing, which is one of the reasons we came to the Ozarks and not like Connecticut or something for this. And since the lawsuit is being brought in our county here, hopefully, if it does go to a jury trial, we'll have a jury that's relatively friendly.
So what's it? I'm sorry, I've got so much. My brain is overwhelmed with questions. The reporter activist who's out to get you, James Russell.
Yeah,
look him up, Jamie, because that name sounds
He's been
familiar.
Posting nonstop about us on X, and most of it is just baseless accusations lately about Peter. They've drudged up stuff from my past, and I had a scandal about that, part of which is true. More than 10 years ago, I did webcamming with my wife at the time.
Oh,
and obviously, I regret that. I didn't used to be a Christian. I was basically a moral nihilist, and I made a serious mistake. And they kind of took that and then just spun it out from there and tried to attack my character generally. So it's muckraking. It is just trying to create bad gossip and bad PR for us, clearly, because the guy is an ideological enemy. Lately, though, he's been trying to act like he's really concerned about the white nationalist movement, how actually we're bad for it. Meanwhile, he's trying to get us sued and shut down, which will render, if successful, multiple white families here homeless. So
he's pretending to be a white nationalist who thinks that you guys are not white nationalist enough.
Yeah, I think he's identifying currently as center-right, but he's established a positive relationship with a few characters in the white nationalist movement who are kind of joining the bandwagon against us. It's a very small minority. I mean, these posts get like 50 likes on X compared to our posts, which usually get, thousands of likes. So it's not the majority of white identitarians who are believing this stuff. Most of us understand when you have especially amateur journalists like this who, it is what it is, but Jewish journalists who are ideologically opposed to us, you don't just believe everything they say. And we just did a podcast where we went through the various claims that this guy is making, how there's no evidence for any of them. And some of them we do have evidence to the contrary. However, a lot of this stuff, we can't just publish everything because there is, unfortunately, an ongoing lawsuit.
Wow. So when I first set up this interview, I thought these guys started a whites-only community. No matter how you feel about that as a viewer, blacks-only communities are lauded and applauded and called the best thing since sliced bread. So it's whatever suit they're getting is some dumb civil rights suit that's hypocritical. But then you peel back a layer of the onion, and it's not that simple. You've got some bureaucratic nightmare, which can't this Ecuador thing be separated from you? Why are you tangled into this?
Yeah, it absolutely should be. So our lawyer petitioned for a judgment to dismiss the case against our corporations. We've not had a response from the judge, so we'll see. I can't think of any valid reason. Like if I work for Nabisco and then I personally am sued, they don't add on Nabisco as a member of the lawsuit. So it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Okay, so now let's take a few steps. So I guess we'll drop the lawsuit now. It's just an annoying, pesky thing that doesn't make any sense. When you started this community, you had to know that it was going to be incredibly controversial and get you in trouble.
Yeah, of course. And many people have done similar communities. And what you said before was valid. Liberals actually, according to demonstrated preference, move to, if they're whiter areas at the same rate that conservatives do. Yeah. So everyone actually does want homogeneous neighborhoods where they feel comfortable. It's the norm. Black people do it. White people do it. It's just kind of human nature. Like the lunch.
Yeah, it's kind of right. It is kind of human nature. We all kind of do gravitate. We all have mixed friends. They're the outliers. But, for the most part, I can't disagree with their premise that, if black people are applauded for having their own communities that's black only, why can't they do it too? I don't know. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below, man. It'd be it's an interesting discussion. Okay, I'll link the video in the description below in case you want to go watch the whole thing. It's about an hour, and I'll see you next time.